I'm Michael Bain, and welcome to Triggered, coming to you this week from the secret hidden bunker in the Rocky Mountains and Dragon House Studios. And if I look a little sweaty, it's because I've been down on the range shooting a brand new Stoger 9mm pistol in the STR-9, which we are going to talk about a lot in the second segment. But first, I wanted to show you the Stogers that we have in-house and why I've been so happy to work with them. I have been involved with the Stoger STR-9 since its conception. This was the test gun that was sent to me to test. I guess you would call it a pre-production prototype. And myself had one, Ryan Muller had one, and basically we just shot the crap out of them. That's pretty much how you test them. Lots of different ammunition through it. Never take care of it. This gun has never been cleaned. I don't know, it may reject oil. But the main thing about this gun, in my test on it, was that it ran 100% of the time. It ran. I ran ammunition through it from my usual ball ammunition all the way through some Fiocchi truncated cone 9mm ammunition that has choked a lot of guns. And the STR-9 didn't care one way or the other. In fact, it shot the truncated cone Fiocchis really, really well. But so not just at the beginning, but I've been able to be working with Stoger through the process you see here on the table in front of me. This gun, this is a Stoger Combat, and it is a great gun. This gun's been with me to gun sight. It's got a Burris Fastfire 4 on it. It is a great shooting gun. You'll see that Stoger made the decision to go from a very much Glockish trigger to a flat trigger, which gives it a much better felt trigger pull. And they've added that through every gun in the line. So when you get a Stoger, you're getting the good trigger pull. And then they go down like the Three Bears, right? This is a compact, which is a great gun. This one's a Bushnell red dot on it. This is the kind of gun that if you get a little gun to carry, it would be nice to have a gun this size to practice with, because it's a good practicing gun. Little guns, the MC, Micro Compact. This is the best shooting Micro Compact 9mm I've ever shot, and I have shot them all. I've carried most of them. For years I've carried a SIG 365. So I have shot all the little guns. This one shoots better than any little 9mm that I've ever shot. It's a super gun. And before we head and show you the new thing, what would the world be without fashion? I ask you that. Stoger realized that yes, it's good to have choices of different rear sights. You might need adjustable rear sights, fixed rear sights. You might need a fiber optic front sight. You might need a solid front sight. But you might also need, oh, I don't know, FTE. Or you might need Magpul OD green. Or you might need distressed Cerakote. It's cool to see a line flesh out like this. Got something new for you when we get back. This week's Triggered is brought to you by Rossi. The legend continues. Stoger. Everyday tough. Hunter's HD Gold. They change so you don't have to. MTM Case Guard. Quality shooting sports accessories. And Ed Brown. The best money can buy for over 50 years. Welcome back to Triggered, where we're going to be talking about the newest Stoger STR-9. This is the STR-9 Combat X. Now, I introduced you to this gun at the SHOT show and gave you a little bit more of a peek at the NRA show. Obviously, it's an STR-9, but it's beefed up a little. It's essentially designed for entry into the European police and military trials for handguns. In order to make that, the ante to be able to do that is the guns have to run 10,000 rounds without stoppage, without fiddling with it, just pull a trigger 10,000 times. And this gun has passed that with glowing colors. Now, as it comes to you, it's optics ready. Got an adjustable rear sight, fiber optic front sight if you want to stay in that direction, but it comes with these 4 optics plates, which will cover pretty much any optic you might want out there. It also comes magazine well, back straps, small, medium, and large, and 3 magazines. Now, magazines for the combat versions have these great butt plates on them. These are 10-round magazines because, as you know, Colorado is a slave state. And in the slave states, we're not allowed to have real things, right? So, but you can also get 15 rounds, 17 rounds, and I believe 20-round magazines are also available. I just had this gun out shooting it. It shoots great. You know, to me, the trigger pull is right where it needs to be. Everything about this gun, about 28 ounces, by the way, is well thought out. It's what I've said on all of the Stogers. Little details are very well thought out. I like this guy because it doesn't have finger grooves. I don't like finger grooves. And the Stoger finger grooves are not as bad as the Glock finger grooves, where there's a whole industry designed to grind off the Glock finger grooves. But this one, without the finger grooves, to me, it is just about a perfect fit. Based on what I shot, I was shooting Arms Corps 124 grain ball today, and we just ran through a bunch of it, and it shot exactly where it was supposed to shoot. It's an easy gun to shoot. It's got a fairly low bore axis, and that way I think it helps with the 9mm. It's not quite as snappy as you might expect it to be. This is a $599 gun, $600 gun. This is the top of the line $600 gun with prices for just a good STR-9 starting at $329. Stoger has done something really exceptional here. They have built a gun that has gotten nothing but rave reviews from everybody. Everybody that shoots one likes it. It's been to gun sight. They've been battered around. The gun sight instructors were really impressed with them. And it's at a price you can afford. And that's so important these days. When we come back, something a little different.
You know the RIA 5.0 packs radically new innovations, but we didn't stop there. Introducing the RIA 5.0E. The E stands for enhanced, as in new optics cuts and plates. The updated barrel is crafted with improved materials and slide geometry. The look and feel is also enhanced. Plus, new lightning cuts show off the updated match-grade barrel. Experience the enhanced RIA 5.0E today.
Welcome back to Triggered, and this is something a little different today. A few years back, I took my shooting gallery TV show to Poland, and while I was in Poland, I went to Auschwitz, that little bit of hell on earth. The reason I went to Auschwitz was I wanted to talk about the Second Amendment, and I wanted to talk about American freedom. And I'd like to thank Outdoor Channel for letting us show you this. You're probably wondering why Shooting Gallery would bring you to this place. Well, the obvious answer is to honor those who died here. Over 1 million Jews, Poles, Gypsies, so very many. And secondly, is a testament to the Polish people who were able to overcome having this nightmare on their land. But it also allows me to answer a question that I've been asked thousands of times over the years, which is, why am I such an advocate for the Second Amendment? Look around me, come up with your own answer. Early in college, I saw a film on the camps, and that film very much changed my life. A film called Night and Fog by the great French filmmaker Alain Resnais. The closing words of that film should probably be inscribed in marble somewhere for every American to read. I don't do them justice, but it's worth saying them here. War nods, but has one eye open, faithful as ever. The grass flourishes on the muster grounds round the blocks, an abandoned village still heavy with threats. The furnace is no longer in use. The skill of the Nazis is child's play today. 9 million dead haunt this landscape. Who is on lookout from this strange watchtower to warn us of the arrival of our new executioners? Are their faces really different from our own? Somewhere in our midst, lucky capos survive, reinstated officers and anonymous informers. There are those reluctant to believe, or believing from time to time. There are those who look at these ruins today as though the monster is dead and buried. Those who take hope again as the image fades, as though there were a cure for the scourge of these camps. Those who pretend all this happened only once, at a certain time and in a certain place. Those who refuse to look around them, deaf to the endless cry. To me, that visit was one of the most grueling visits of any place I'd ever gone to in my life. But it's important to remember, especially now, as anti-Semitism has raised its ugly head in the United States. I would like to quote a friend of mine who bills himself as the Pew Pew Jew. And he has a t-shirt that says, "People with ARs don't get in boxcars." I'm Michael Bain. This is Triggered. You can find us on michaelbain.tv, always for free, on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, on Rumble, and we will see you next week.